Hey everyone, this is the this is my review. This is the intro to my reviews of the television sitcom episodes of Sydney to the Max, Cooper and Cammy as the World. This is my review of two of their most recent episodes. This is also the first in a new series of videos I'm going to be doing. When it comes to new premieres on Disney Channel, since I'm a huge fan and huge watcher of the brand new late 2010s and 2020s Disney Channel, I decided to whenever my favorite shows or Disney Channel movies have a new premiere, I'm gonna do first a live post post episode or post film reaction and review. Then later in the future, my stereotypical audio narration reviews. Then of course in the future, the video commentary based reviews. But this is the live action review of Sydney to the of episodes 18 and 19 of Sydney to the Max. 18 premiered 2 weeks ago, that was the episode with Olive's brothers and the Alley Fighters video game. The Then you had episode 19, which was yesterday. I just got done watching the hour long. I just got done watching the third encore presentation of the show today, of that episode today. There will be a fourth one tomorrow. What's his name? Then you have the Cooper and Cammy As the World episodes. You have the last one, Would You Rather Be Ragnar's, which was okay. Wasn't that good, but it wasn't that bad. It wasn't that good, but it wasn't that bad either. Then you had episode Would You Rather Date Someone Else, which was for the most part good up until the finale of the final scene of that episode, which I'm going to talk about in part two of that video. So, with that being said, let's get started right now. Oh, you can. Yeah.
I think I speak for the rest of the family when I say your bar mitzvah.
Another great episode of Raven's Home. This is my review of the May 7th edition premiere of Raven's Home. And just like Bless the Test from last week, this was another great episode of Raven's Home, man. Of Raven's Home. Raven's Home. Once again, just like with the Sydney to the Max episode I just reviewed, I thought this episode right here was gonna be another boring party wedding event planner type episode where the whole episode is spent gathering, trying to prepare for a party, but everything goes wrong when everyone realizes it's the spirit of the party. It's the spirit of the party and everything ends well. And it was sort of that, but it had his own creative spin, and he managed to make it fun and entertaining. Levi, who is like super responsible, and Chelsea, who is in charge of of making sure the bar mitzvah goes well, because I think Chelsea in her childhood did not have a bar mitzvah, so she's making sure Levi's her son's bar mitzvah goes very well. So Chelsea gets a new cool business pantsuit with glasses and becomes arrogant, obnoxious, authoritative, and a tyrannical boss and planner. She constantly demands people, even talking down to some guy to the point where he starts crying, where the person starts crying, and then Levi is like super responsible always, and you see in every episode is the most morally driven of the four characters you see there in the series, and is always the adult in situations. This time, Booker convinces him to be a kid, relax, enjoy his last few days as a kid before he turns 13 and becomes a man. So Levi takes to Booker's teachings and then begins to take it too far. When he pulls multiple pranks on Tess and Nia. So Tess and Nia get angry and drop out of helping him out with his bar mitzvah party. He pranks them by putting fake spiders in their shoes, which they didn't know about, but Tess suspected. Putting Nia's phone inside some gelatin. Oh yeah, and touching the soap, to which Tess's hands turn green, and she makes a hilarious reference to the She-Hulk, and so then Nia tries to talk to Booker about it. Booker says how he tries to stop Levi. Oh yeah, and Levi, when Booker tries to stop him, as Booker gets a vision of Levi failing his bar mitzvah. Booker tries to get Levi to cut it out with the pranks and study. Levi pretends to take his advice, but then does some spitting prank on Booker. Then later, after another talk, just when you think it was funny, one of the funniest moments in the episode, Booker lies down on a whoopee cushion, on a fart cushion, and Levi laughs, and I was waiting for you to lie down all day, and then Raven Baxter, and then finally Nia comes in to check Booker about it. Booker says he's been trying to stop Levi. Then Raven comes in because they're up late. Raven says it doesn't sound like Levi, to which Nia tries to do an impression of Levi and says she wasn't going to impress. She says she's not talking about the impression, she's talking about Levi's character. And then they look at Booker, and Booker said he's been trying to stop them, and ensures that it's not his fault this time. Meanwhile, when they leave, Booker accidentally sits on the whoopee cushion again, and Raven, who's supposed to be a mature adult, accidentally laughs and reminds Booker that she appreciates what Booker's done. Now it's time for an adult to handle it. She used to have a brother too. This is the first reference we get of Corey Baxter in this series, but she doesn't mention him by name. Then she talks to Levi, and they talk it out, and everything goes. And then Levi now has to apologize to Tess and Nia, but they're not talking to him, and they refuse to help him with his party after all those pranks. Levi apologizes for everything. Then Tess and Nia says that's not enough. We're not forgiving you yet. Until Levi walks out and a bunch of paintball and a bunch of white balls fall into Levi's hands. And they say, "Now we forgive you. Now we forgive you. Now we forgive you." And then they all help Levi, and Levi gives his speech, to which even his dad shows up. And everything ends well. There were lots of funny moments in it. I mentioned the whoopee cushion earlier when Booker said two sayings. Ted said two sayings when Booker said, "I know I speak for everyone when I say your bar mitzvah will be blitzful. Blitzfissa," something like that. And then Tess and Nia says, "No, I wouldn't say that." And Nia says, "Yeah." And then Raven says, "Yeah, that's not even a word." Then later Booker says, Levi, you're gonna be becoming a man just like me. And they said, and then Tess was like, you a man? And Dio was like, and then Raven was like, you're not a man, something like that. It was just hilarious. It was hilarious. And then I love the She-Hulk reference from what's his name, and then Raven chuckling at Booker sitting on a whoopee cushion, to which Raven says, I'm not laughing, I'm an adult. So yeah, another great episode of Raven's Home. Still, this is real close, as was Blessed to Test, but you still haven't completely topped Raven About Bunk, which is still the greatest season 4 episode and the greatest episode of Raven's Home. But another great episode. I can't wait for the final. I can't wait for the final episode until the summer, which is next week's episode. Well, you don't hear the rest of this music video, the rest of this video and music. Turn the video off right now.
Which is where you go back and study for your bar mitzvah.
Sorry about that.